about myself. I've seen some familiar faces that actually know me now. Yeah, so my name is Brown. I'm a certified project manager, a certified Scrum Master with over a decade experience managing Scrum teams, leading projects across different sectors, from finance to mobility, logistics, construction, digital products, basically. Okay. As an agile project management specialist, I've empowered a lot of organizations, to leapfrog their traditional development models through agile-driven methodologies. Okay. By virtue of what I do, I am an agile and startup advisor with MasterCard Foundation, Faith Foundation. She leads Africa. And I'm currently the Global Business Analysis and Project Management Unit lead at Amdari, with expressions in the United Kingdom and Canada. Okay, so through this platform, through Amdari, I've been able to guide 1,000+ professionals, especially in the area of project management, to convert their skills to an actual job role in the UK. All right, so because I'm accepted, I love my job, I love what I do, because personally, my own mission is to collaborate with forward-thinking organizations and professionals to build agile project management capacity and drive sustainable business growth and sustainable career growth. All right, so I enjoy what I do. So in a nutshell, I've been doing this close to a decade, and what I love to do is to transform organizations, transform individuals. And for the purposes of this conversation, my aim is to see how we can show you how you can convert your project management skills, or even if you don't have the project management skills, how acquiring a project management skills can help you land a permanent, a full-time project management job role in the United Kingdom. Okay. Yeah, so like I mentioned, currently I serve as the project lead and business analysis lead at Amdari. Okay. So yeah, this is just for purposes of introduction. We have Efemina Ikboro. Efemina Ikboro is one of the co-founders of Amdari. He has a wealth of experience, cutting across areas with the data ecosystem, covering data analytics, science, and data engineering. He's the co-founder of Tenalytics and also Amdari. Okay, Femina has a world of experience working with a couple of organizations within the UK and in Canada. Like it's mentioned. If you want the slide, we're going to send the slide to you. You can the link that we dropped within the chat session. You can fill the form in the link, and they will send the slides to you. Okay. So you get to connect with some of these guys, all right? Their LinkedIn links are there. You can connect with them, okay? We also have Adazia Suleiman. Adazia Suleiman is also a co-founder of Amdari and Tenalytics as well, with more than a decade of experience in data analytics and data engineering. He has also done a lot of things within the UK, US, and Canada. Worked in sports, financial services, edtech, energy, and automobile sectors. Currently resides in Alberta, Canada. The interesting thing about Femina and Amdari are they were also immigrants from Nigeria, got to UK, and they were able to chart a course for themselves professionally and consulted for and stayed consulting for top organizations in the area of data analytics and data science. All right. They've set up this, this program, because of the challenges they faced themselves, and they're trying to extend that olive branch to ensure that a lot of professionals, especially people or immigrants trying to make a migration into tech, they're just trying to provide a soft landing for you on how you can be able to make that migration seamlessly and land a role. Okay, even if currently you have zero skills or zero experience. All right, so we're looking at all of that. Okay, so please can I get a thumbs up if you're with me so far? If you're with me, and like I said, my name is Brad. Let me get a thumbs up if my name have registered in your mind. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So today basically we'll be looking at how to move you from point A to point B. All right. So for a couple of persons, point A could mean different things. Point A could mean that you have project management skills, you've done a project management certification, or you have a master's, you've done a degree in project management, but you don't have a job, you don't have a full-time job, you don't have experience, you don't have a work experience. All right, that's your point A. So you are trying to move to point B, which is how do you convert all of these certifications, all of these educational qualifications, all of these skills you have into a job. All right, for some other persons, they don't even have any of this, no certification yet, no qualification yet in terms of education. I mean, no skill yet, but you're thinking of, making a migration into tech or into the world of project management, and you don't know how to go about it. You are in the right place, because this conversation is just designed to take you from that point A to point B. So regardless of where you are at the moment, you have absolutely nothing to be worried about. Okay, whether you have the skill already, whether you have qualifications already, or you have zero skill and all you lack is experience, the conversation is designed to show you how you can move from where you are at the moment to point B within the shortest possible time. Within the shortest possible time. Okay, so we'll be looking at why you are finding it difficult to land a PM role in the UK. Why you are finding difficult to land a PM role in the UK. It's very, it's simple, okay? There are a couple of reasons why you are finding it difficult to land a job. Like I mentioned, maybe you are at your point A, and your point A could be you don't have a skill, you don't have a project management skill. You can't show that you have a project management skill. Another major reason is a lot of persons have the skill, a lot of persons have a brilliant certification or qualification, but you don't have a work experience. You don't have projects within your portfolio to show that you actually have an experience, working in this role. All right. And once you don't have the skill or you don't have an experience, you can't show that you have work experience in this role, it will be difficult landing a job in the UK. It will be very difficult. The job market is very competitive. Very competitive. Are there jobs? Yes, there are jobs. I mean, there are jobs on a daily basis. We have a job board at Andari, that populates. There are jobs on a daily basis, but once you don't have the experience, you can't show that you have the experience or the skill. It will be very difficult for you to land these jobs in the UK. All right. So, but it is very possible to land these jobs. All right. Very possible to land these jobs. Not just landing the jobs, but you can also land it quickly. All right. From me to you, I can tell you that if you follow my guide, if you follow my lead, in the next 3 to 4 months, I can bet you that somebody on this call is most likely going to land a job in the UK as a project manager, no matter where you are, no matter what your point A is at the moment. All right. So we are going to look at how fast can I land a job? How fast can I land a job? So you will be seeing practical steps to take. To land this job. All right. So we'll also be looking at the Amdari work experience internship. Okay, which is can one land a job in UK from Nigeria? Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of persons work remotely from Nigeria, so it is possible. It is possible, but is it easy? It is not easy. There are things that needs to be done, but it is very much possible. Okay, then I'm also going to show you all the Amdari special offer to everyone on this call right now. Okay, so but before we jump right into it, before we get into all of the technical jargons, of what it entails or the skills that are required to be a project manager, let's look at some of the success stories from Amdari. Let's look at some of the success stories from Amdari. Okay. This is Francis. This is Francis. If you can see my screen, this is Francis Afowa. You can actually connect with him on LinkedIn. All right. So these are people I've worked with personally, that have, followed my guide, followed my lead. No, who said so? Who said it's not for you here in Nigeria? I mean, if you're in Nigeria, you can actually sign up for the program. So but the purpose of this conversation is targeted at landing a job in the UK, not landing a job in Nigeria. So if you're in Nigeria and you're hoping to land a job in the UK, it's fine. You can join the conversation. All right. Thank you. So this is Francis. Okay. Francis came on board our program. All right. Francis uh, don't have too much, have done 2 master's degrees, in project management and then data science and all. A thriving professional, but he wants to make that switch, all right, and leave the blue collar job in quotes, that he was working with in the UK, So, but by he joined the Amdari program, under my own personal tutelage and mentorship, and I, through all of the guide and all of the steps that I'm going to be discussing on this call, Amdari Francis was able to land a job with Deloitte, not just any organization. Francis was able to land a job with Deloitte as a project manager within 3 to 4 months. I don't even think it's up to 4 months. Within 3 to 4 months of working, together with me within the Amdari project. So please indulge me. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. So let's get to see this. So I want us to please, can you hear me? I need an audible response. Can you hear? So I'm going to pause it. I want an audible response if we can hear the audio so I can play it again. Can we hear the audio? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let me get back to it. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let me play it again. So let's hear from Francis after he landed the job with Deloitte.
Okay, hi Brown. So sorry, we can't hear anything. There's no audio coming from the video you're sharing.
Okay, I asked if you can hear me. I got thumbs up before I continued playing. So sorry about that. But I was
Okay.
asking, can we hear the audio? And they responded with a thumbs up. So I want to ask again. So you weren't hearing anything at all?
Yeah, I wasn't hearing anything at all, and I think someone also commented that.
Okay. So sorry about that. Let me stop the video for now. All right. So I'm sorry about that technical glitch. I thought you guys could actually hear the conversation we are having with Francis, but I just needed to show some of the proof, that the guide I'm going to share with us is proven, to work. This is not Tales by Moonlight. So this is Francis joined the Amdari program, sat in this same room, with this kind of session that we are having right now, sometime in May. All right. So joined in May. I'm actually going to show you. Okay, this is a WhatsApp message that he sent me, and this was in August. No, in July, May, June, July. Joined this same meeting in May, and in July he landed a job with Deloitte. That is the reason why I do what I do. That is the reason why I show up every time to, get you guys, to jump on this offer and, make the most of it. This is another of my, of our intern, a consultant with Amdari. This is Michael. Michael also had a master's in project management, all right, before joining Amdari, all right. And he's also doing fantastically well. So I don't want to waste our time, playing some of these videos because of some technical glitch. I don't want to start fixing on this call. All right. But we're going to get the slide. If you want to get the slide, share with share your drop, just respond to the question within the chat room. You're going to get the slide and you can watch all of these videos yourself and also connect with some of these guys on LinkedIn. Okay. All right, so we're also looking at some of the success stories. So these are just WhatsApp, screenshots, from some of these guys, chatting me up or chatting, any of their mentors up. Because for me specifically, I focus with project managers. All right, so I have a couple of my colleagues also that are, focusing with data analysts, people that want to land a data analyst job within the UK or data science job or cybersecurity job. So if you look at these chats, you're going to see, when they reach out to me and share their, good news, of how, the whole exercise, the whole guide has finally paid off. And this, like I mentioned, this is the reason why I keep showing up every time and I keep doing this, all right? Because I can't count the number of persons that we have helped personally, all right, to be able to realize that dream of landing a PM job within the UK. Okay, so we have Fisayo. Fisayo got a job as a data scientist in the UK during the work experience program. Okay, you can't see the chart from here, but once you get the slide, you will see details of the conversation and how excited they are. All right, and the interesting thing about some of these testimonials is these are not people that joined or that started working on this for over a year. No, May. Some of them March, April, May, some of them June, and we are just in August. All right. So that's why I said once you follow the guidelines, once you follow the lead, once you follow my lead, all right, it is very possible, to shorten the process and you land the job of your dreams. All right. So this is another person, Martha. Martha was the video that was being played, and before you guys joined the call, while you guys were trying to join the call, they played Martha's video. Martha's story was very exciting for me because Martha, joined Amdari, and she wanted to land a job in data analytics. All right, but it was so, she was finding data analytics difficult, and she joined in May. She decided in June that she doesn't want to do data analytics anymore. She wants to, try out project management. So she was recommended to me. Someone said, talk to me, talk to Brown. Brown is going to help you navigate your path. And she came to me in June, and by July, Martha landed a senior role at Manchester City Council in less than 2 months. And she's a young lady, finished her master's, and she's looking at, leaving the healthcare work system to, land a permanent role, a full-time role within the, as a project manager. Okay, so I don't want to waste time playing the video like I mentioned, but you need to get this slide, all right? You need to get this slide. So what are the key things you need to get a job as a project manager? What are the things that you need? Very simple. You need skills, all right? A lot of persons have this. Okay, a lot of persons that I've worked with, some come with this, they have the skill already, which is why the conversation is centered around how do you convert these skills to a job, all right? So, but it doesn't just end on skills. You also need experience. You need work experience. You need to show proof that you don't just know the skills. You have actually applied some of these skills. You've actually, applied some of these, skills to be able to, you've actually delivered a project. You've worked on a real project, okay? So you just don't need skills. You need also experience. In terms of skills for a project manager, just in case you are here, you're wondering if this is the right place for you, you don't even have any skill at all. These are some of the skills that you need to excel in project management. So you need communication skill, all right? Communication skill, because a lot of what you'll be doing has to do with leading teams, engaging with stakeholders, all right? You need documentation skills, okay? Because project management comes with a lot of documentations during the project initiation phase or project planning phase, all right? You need to be developing a project brief, a project charter. You come up with a business case document, an acceptance criteria document, a change request log, and all of that. All right. Another skill you need to have is project scheduling or tracking skills. Okay, is a skill that you must have to be able to excel in this role. Then another skill is coaching agile teams. Okay, so if you're an agile project manager working within an agile environment, you must understand that coaching an agile team, all right, is a skill that you must have. An agile team is an autonomous team, okay? Is an autonomous team, is a cross-functional team of people working towards actualizing a project. So you must have the skill set to coach or lead an agile team, all right? Then you must also understand budgeting and resource allocation. All right, it's another core skill you should have as a project manager: budgeting and resource allocation. Like I mentioned earlier, some persons on this call have the skill sets already, or they have done certifications, or they have done trainings that have equipped them with some of these skills, but they have not actually applied the skills. They've not deployed the skills, which is where experience comes in. All right, this is where experience comes in. You don't have experience. You don't have proof of experience, all right? So you don't have experience, you can't show that you've worked, you've led agile projects, either a Scrum project or a Kanban project. You've not shown any experience that you have led change management. Nothing on your CV that shows that you've actually led a change process, all right? Nothing on your CV that shows that you've actually, engaged in stakeholder mapping or stakeholder communication and all of that. You've done certifications in project management or your masters in project management, but you are not very conversant with tools like Jira, ClickUp, Draw.io, MS Project, Confluence, Asana, all right, and a lot more tools, okay? And there is no way you can be competent with these tools if you don't actually work with them in a project, okay? You have to work with these tools in a project to be able to develop the proficiency that is required. All right, so you need the skill and you need the experience. You need the skills, you need the experience. So if you have the skill and no experience, it will be difficult for you to land a job. If you don't have the skill at all, it is still going to be difficult for you to land a job. So what you need in the simplest form to land a PM role in the UK is the skills, one. Then secondly, you need evidence that you have actually managed the project end to end. You need a proof of work. You need to show that you have experience. All right. You need to show that you have the experience, to deliver on projects. All right. So how do you gain this experience? How do you gain this experience? So I'm going to share my screen once again. So at Amdari, what do we provide you with at Amdari? We provide you with skills and we provide you with the experience. All right. Amdari is not a training organization. No, we are not a training organization. We are a work experience organization. So we are providing you with work experience. All right. So in the process, you're also honing your skills, you're developing your skills, or you're learning new skills. And in addition to that, you are gaining actual experience working on projects, all right, solving real business problems, all right, that can be added to your portfolio or your CV, and you have a story to tell. You have a story to tell, okay? As simple as this looks, this is what makes the difference between someone who is just applying for jobs randomly and someone who, I can assure you, follows these steps, and in the next 2 months or 3 months of following my guide, you will land a PM role in the UK. Trust me, there are jobs. There are jobs. Even as we speak right now, if you want to apply for 10 jobs, 10 PM jobs tonight, you apply, you find jobs, all right? But the question is, are you going to be invited for an interview? Are you even going to be called for an interview? Then if you are called for an interview, are you even going to convince them enough to land a role? Okay, so that is what Amdari is providing basically, that skill plus experience, all right? And how do you gain this experience? By working on projects, all right, that solves real business problems. You provide business solutions to problems that business are facing, all right? And you're not doing this alone. You're working cross-functionally with your colleagues within the Amdari team, all right, and solving some of these problems. So I'm going to show you just how this works, all right? How this works. So let me stop sharing this screen. Please let me are you following me so far? I want to be sure that I'm not running so fast. Are you following me so far? Let me get a thumbs up if you're following so far. Let me get a thumbs up if you're following. Thank you, Soleiman. Thank you, Ijoma. Thank you, Peter Olasi. Just the three of them. I have 18 persons on this call. I'm taking notes. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. Okay, let me share my screen once again. Okay, so this is one of the projects Michael worked on. This is one of the projects that Francis worked on, one of the projects that actually got him a role at Deloitte. So let me just click it open. Awesome. Okay, so this is a project on stakeholder management, that we worked on with some of the guys, that are following my guide in Amdari. Okay, so this is stakeholder management, a case study, Phoenix Tech's CRM implementation project. All right. So I don't want to bore you with buzzwords or all of that, but I'm just going to explain what a typical problem looks like, what a typical project problem looks like, why organizations need a project manager. Okay. So this business problem, is for a company called Phoenix Tech. All right. So they want to implement a CRM project within the organization. What is CRM? A customer relationship management project. All right. So they want to. Okay, this is the company. Phoenix Tech, a mid-sized software service company with over 500 employees, decided to implement a new customer relationship management system to streamline sales and customer support. Okay, the project was approved by the CEO and sponsored by the Chief Marketing Officer. All right, approved by the CEO. The project sponsor is the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. All right, so what's the CRM for the benefit of some persons on the call that may not understand. So it's basically an enterprise resource, an ERP or a software that the marketing team are using to manage their customer relationship. All right. So the company are deciding to change the software they are using, the current software they are using now, to manage their customers. So they are trying to pivot to a new CRM software. All right. As simple as that sounds, is a project. All right. Changing from one software to another CRM software is a project. All right. So let's see what the problem was. Okay. So as long as this project is concerned, there are like six major stakeholders. There is the chief executive officer, there is the chief marketing officer, there is the sales director, there is the customer support lead, the IT department, and the sales and support team. Okay. So remember that the purpose of this project is on stakeholder engagement and all. So what's the business challenge? What is the challenge that this organization is having? Why do they need a project manager? The challenge they are having is that there is a conflict between salespeople and support and the support team. There is a major conflict. All right. What is the conflict? The guys in sales wanted quick wins and minimum data entry. All right. While the guys in support, customer support, needed detailed customer history. All right. So customer support are providing support to customers that are already customers. All right. Sales are looking for new customers. All right. So they want a software, that has minimum data entry. They want a software that doesn't require them entering a lot of data. They just want to move quickly and close deals quickly. All right. But the guys in customer support, they want a more robust CRM so they can gather all of the customer history to help them make informed decisions. All right. So now that is the conflict. All right. Sales want the current CRM they are still using, while customer support are open to embrace the new CRM that they're about to be brought into the organization, that they are proposing to bring into the organization. All right. There is also IT resistance. The IT department are resisting, because they don't trust, because of security risk. I mean, there is already a platform we are working with that is tested and that is trusted. Now we are going to another third-party CRM platform. It's going to flag security risk. So there is a resistance from the IT department embracing the change. All right. There's also executive misalignment. All right. Executive misalignment was the challenge there. The CEO wanted to see clear ROI projections, return on investment projections. All right. CEO does not care about any of these jargons, or the technology. He just wants to, see how does it translate, how does it reflect on the bottom line of the organization. All right. Why the CMO, which is his chief marketing officer, is focusing on the campaign performance. All right. Now, what is the next business challenge? Is low user engagement. All right. The guys in support, in customer support or sales within the organization are not interested to participate in UAT. What is UAT? UAT is user acceptance testing. All right. Before the technology is approved to be used across board, they have to do some level of user acceptance tests. All right. To ascertain, how best to be able to deploy the technology. But the challenge is that nobody within the organization is even participating in the UAT. Everybody is just aloof. Nobody is showing. There is no excitement. There is no enthusiasm. There is no interest in the new CRM that the company is trying to bring in. These are the business challenge, and this is what a problem that expects a project manager to solve through what? Stakeholder engagement. So this is kind of project we work in. I'm going to lead you and guide you on how to work on projects like this. By the time you're done, you have evidence to show. You can talk about how you were able to, you work with the team that resolved this kind of conflicts by engaging stakeholders, mapping stakeholders, and trying to find a ground to ensure that this project is executed seamlessly, and everybody is carried along. All right. So these are the type of projects that you're going to work in at Amdari. So this is the project, one of the projects that Francis, we worked on this project together. I and Francis, Michael, a couple of my guys, and they were able to tell a compelling story, that landed them jobs, in top organizations. Top organizations. One of my guys is currently, last week he sent me a message that he got an invite from Sage. You know Sage? SAGE, Sage. These are top organizations, top ERP organizations. And what did they do? There's nothing magical they did. Just, the skill they have, we have to translate it to a work experience by working on, real business problems and profiling solutions to, organizations together. All right. Are you following me so far? Anybody following me? Are you guys with me? Am I running so far? Thank you. Thank you, Ijoma. Thank you. All right. So that is basically what it's all about. So the training, it's about collaborating with a team of other like-minded people and working and solving real business issues. Okay. And this is what recruiters want to see. This is what they want to see. First of all, they want to see it in your CV. Bam, 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 bam. You've done this, you've done that, you've worked on this project, you've delivered this, you are part of the team that did this. It gets you an invite immediately. Then once you show up in the invite, you show up at the interview, you have stories to tell. For every question you are asked, you are not just answering arbitrarily. You're not going to, it's not the way, you don't show up at interviews using ChatGPT answers. What will I answer? For instance, you are preparing for your interview. You say, what will I answer if they ask me this? ChatGPT will tell you what to answer. No, it doesn't work anymore. All right. What is compelling is when you are asked a question, you are not just answering arbitrarily. You are making reference to a project you've worked on. All right. And how you were able to deploy whatever question you are being asked in that project. They ask the second project. When they ask you a second question, you leave that same project, you bring up another project. So within a 5-minute interview or 10-minute interview session, you are making reference to 3 different projects. It shows that you have a wealth of experience. That is what the experience is all about. Oh, I can remember when I was working on a project that had to do with stakeholders that we are disagreeing, conflicting stakeholders, and this is what I did. Oh, I remember when I managed a construction project, when I was the project manager for the construction project, and we are having issues with budget alignment, resource alignment, and all. This is what I did. All right, that is what recruiters or hiring managers, that is what they want to hear. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we provide at Andari. So the next, I can also show you this one, another one of the projects these guys also worked on. Let me click on this to see. So one of the things that I try to do with the guys I work with is I don't focus on one industry, all right? You're going to have multi-industry exposure, okay, to improve your chances of landing a job. Okay, so if you're applying for a project management role, you will not be restricting yourself to the IT space. No, I'm an IT project manager. No, you're not just going to be an IT project manager. You can work in healthcare. You can work in construction. You can work in fintech. All right. You can work in energy, in the energy sector. Okay. So we try to, I try to expose them to multiple industries. All right. So the first one we looked at was the tech IT project, in terms of stakeholder management as it concerns CRM implementation. Now, this is in the health sector. All right. What's the problem here? The case study is basically planning and executing a hospital compliance audit readiness program. All right, for Sanavida Health Network. All right. So I wouldn't run through it, but just to give you an overview so you understand, because a lot of us don't even know the kind of problems a project manager solves within an organization. So you need to even understand the level of what is expected of you at a PM. When you're applying for a job as a PM, what are you going there to do? What value are you bringing? What value are you bringing? Because if you don't even know, so when they ask you, which is the first you will answer in any interview is tell me about yourself. Or please, can you introduce yourself? Ijoma, can you introduce yourself to us? Ijoma, can we meet you? All right. This is this is just a perfect moment to make a very good first impression. all right? And you can't make a first impression if you don't know the value that you are bringing to that organization. So it's an opportunity for you to introduce yourself, introduce what you've done, talk about what you've done, and talk about how you're going to bring value to the organization that is interviewing you. All right. So this is another project. Sanavida Health Network, established in 2012 in Western Ireland, has evolved from a single outpatient clinic into a leading private healthcare provider, now with 5 multi-specialty hospitals across Galway, Limerick, and Cork. Sanavida serves over 40,000 patients annually. What a wonderful profile. But what's their challenge? What's the business challenge here? What is the issue? What is the problem they are having that required them, to need the services of a project manager? Okay, so this is the business challenge. In early 2024, early last year, 2024, Sanavida faced a critical challenge. What's the challenge? An upcoming HICA audit in Q3. Despite their strong clinical operations, rapid expansion, the rapid expansion had introduced significant compliance and operational inefficiencies. These issues threatened their accreditation, credibility, and future growth. I mean, if they are not ready for HICA audits, it could threaten their accreditation as a hospital. It could threaten their credibility as a hospital. As much as they're a very big system, with branches all over the place around the UK, as much as they are that big, they have a problem. And what is the problem? Why are they not audit ready? First of all, they are not audit ready because of issues of fragmented documentation. Separate tools across HR, finance, IT, and clinical departments led to a lack of unified compliance visibility. What is another business challenge? Missed deadlines, unclear ownership, and poor communication frequently resulted in missed audit-related deadlines. Reactive compliance, lack of central oversight. These are the problems a project manager is supposed to solve. All right, and we solved this problem. Me and my guys, we solved this problem. I was able to guide my guys, and we solved this problem. How did we solve the problem? All right, these are the tools that we worked with to solve the problem. We used Excel to come up with what they call a RSI matrix creation and task responsibility mapping. We used Trello to provide visual workflows and department-based compliance boards for intuitive progress tracking. We also used Asana to enable task assignment, detailed progress tracking, and precise deadline monitoring. We also used Confluence. Confluence served as a centralized document repository, facilitating template sharing and knowledge-based management. All right. So these are the projects that we worked with, with our guys. All right. So let me show you how this works. So I have the guys I'm guiding at the moment. If you can see my screen, you see the Amdari mentorship team. All right, this is the project management. Just to let you know, so see, this is May 10th. This is May. All right. So when I was telling you that Francis and some of these guys, I couldn't play their videos that got a job, actually joined this session in May, and this is August, and somebody is in Sage, somebody is in Deloitte, somebody else is working with Manchester City Council. All right. So so I'm going to show you how. Okay, this is the classwork. Let me get down to classwork. Okay, let me show the people first. People. So I use the Google Classroom to ensure that all the guys I'm working with, we are all here. So this is Michael, this is Simisola, this is Francis, the Francis I talked about earlier. You watched the video, you saw Michael's video as well. Okay, these are where we upload the classwork. I upload the classwork for them or the project they're supposed to work on. Okay, I didn't even touch this one. Okay, look at this project, pivoting at midstream. Okay, this is a project, this is a problem that has to do with change management, because as a project manager, one experience or one skill you need to have is how to manage change, all right, change management. So this is one of the projects, around that. change management. I can open it. Yeah, pivoting at midstream, managing the scope shifts at districts. All right. What does change management problem looks like? Okay, so quickly, before I come out of here, let me just show you what it looks like. Basically, this company is an e-commerce company. I remember this project very well. We did this project in May. This company was an e-commerce project, e-commerce company, I mean, and they were building a platform for a retail platform, where consumers can, order products directly from them. All right, but midway into the project, because this always happens, midway into the project, all right, due to other insights, they've learned, from data generation, from new economic realities, they discovered some stakeholders felt like they don't want to go down this path anymore. They don't want to build a platform that is targeted at direct consumers. They want to build a B2B platform now, where major distributors can, come and, place orders for major supply. So they are moving from, after spending resources, both money, both time, both manpower, in 6 months working on a consumer-facing product. Midstream, they want to change to business-facing products. Now, definitely there's going to be some friction. There's going to be some resistance. All right, there's going to be all of that. So that is where a project manager comes in. How do you manage this scope change? How do you manage this change? All right, that is the project that we worked on. And by the time you are done working and solving this problem for this company, as an Amdari project manager or an Amdari project consultant, you have wealth of story to tell in an interview. You have wealth of story to tell. Okay, you're no longer just I have a master's in project management. Okay, so what have you done? What problem have you solved? Well, I did a certification, Prince 2. I have Prince 2. I have PMP. All right, I have PMI, PMO. Yes, excellent, fantastic. But what problem have you solved? There's no story to tell. You don't have any story to tell. All right, so that is what makes the difference. That is what makes the difference. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this for now. Let's get back to my slides, okay? Call my attention if you want me to buttress anything. Call my attention. I just don't want to keep us on the call for long. I want to go straight to the point and show what I needed to show us. Okay. So that is this project. There's another project. Okay, this is an energy project. This is one of the recent projects we worked with my team. Okay, tax planning and story point estimation for renewable energy infrastructure development. Remember, I mentioned that one of the things I try to do with the guys I work with is to ensure that you have multi-sector, multi-industry exposure. Okay, so that you can apply for any role. You don't limit yourself. You can apply for any role. If the project management role comes up in an energy sector, you have a story to tell. You have experience. You have work experience. If the CV is saying we want somebody with experience in the energy sector, you have the experience. You have managed a project within that sector. You have a story to tell. They said they want somebody. Yeah, you might be good as a project manager, but we want someone with experience in the healthcare industry, preferably. You have experience. You have a story to tell. Okay, that is how you land the job fast, because a lot of the things that would have sidelined you or that would have thrown you out of the options, we have all of those loopholes covered. All right, so there is no way you're going to follow my guide and in the next 3-4 months you've not landed a job. You will land the job. You will land the job unless you're not looking for one. All right, so I don't want to go into this project again. All right, so that is the reason why a lot of persons don't have jobs. You have talked about the skill, I've talked about the experience. All right, so but even if you have all of these things, another reason why you could not be, maybe you have not landed a job, a PM job in the UK, is you are probably not applying for enough jobs. You are probably not applying for enough jobs, and it's understandable. It's very understandable. Okay, let me share my screen. Well, let me share my tab again. Okay. Yeah, this was the energy project I was talking about. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This was the energy project I was talking about, tax planning and story point estimation for renewable energy infrastructure development. All right. So like I was saying, when you have the skill, because what we are discussing about is how you can convert your skill to a job in the UK, to land a PM job in the UK. So with Amvari, you can gather the skill or you can hone your skill and you can also work on projects, that gives you work experience, all right? Then if you have these two covered, then another problem you could have is that you're not applying for verified jobs. You're not applying for enough jobs that are verified. And I can understand in the UK, I mean, you can be too busy, not to apply for jobs. I understand how the routine could be for a lot of us. You are too busy not to even have the time to apply for these jobs because job hunting in itself is a full-time job in itself. Job hunting is a full-time job in itself. So you need to actually apply for these jobs. All right. But if you can't, we also have we also as I'm there, we also help you. There are tools that helps you apply for these jobs. All right. There are tools that help you apply for these jobs. Then I also help my people within Amdari optimize their CV. Okay. Because it is very sad, to be very sad that you have all of these skills, you have all of this work experience, worked on all of these projects, but your CV can't tell that story. All right. Your CV should be able to tell your story because your CV goes ahead of you. All right. Your CV gets into rooms that you may never get to. All right. So your CV should be able to tell a story, that would be compelling enough for someone to give you a call. All right. So this could be the reasons, why you've not landed a job. All right. And all of these things is what, I try to guide my people, within the Amdari, project team to mitigate. So we first of all, I ensure that you have the skill and also you have the experience, provide you with the work experience, help you optimize your CV and your LinkedIn, give you access to a lifetime portfolio of projects, that you have a lifetime access to. Then also not applying for a lot of jobs, we help you apply for a lot of jobs. So when you hear that people I've worked with have gotten a job, the job didn't come to meet them in their house. You have to apply for jobs. You can't land a job that you didn't apply for. Okay. So the more you apply for these roles, apply for these jobs, the higher your chances of landing a job. Okay. So you have to keep applying. I understand your routine. You're working night shift, you're working 18-hour shift. Where do you find the time to apply for jobs? Where do you find the time? All right. Where do you find the time? Because job hunting is a job on itself. It's a job on itself. There's a lot that goes into applying for jobs. All right. For instance, if the CV you use to apply for a project management role in the energy sector is not the same CV you're going to use to apply for a project management role in the health sector. Yes, both of them are project management roles, but you can't use the same CV to apply for those roles. So looking at your schedule, you'll be wondering, so where do you have the time to be editing your CV for each role you want to apply for? So it's a full-time work, all right? So that is where that mentorship comes in, that guide comes in. There are tools that you can leverage to help you, get, cut through the chase and land the job of your dreams and get out of the rat race, all right? So the big question is, how do I convert all of these things, to a job? That's the conversation that we have been having all the while. Okay. So sorry, let me stop sharing my screen. Please, like I mentioned earlier, if you need the slide, please indicate in the chat room. They will get the slide to you in case there are informations on the slide that you want to see that is not clear enough from my screen. You can actually get to see them. In case there are also videos that you want to watch that I couldn't play, you can also get to watch the videos yourself. You can also click on some of the guys I talked about here, connect with them on LinkedIn. All right, they will be glad to connect with you as well, because that's another thing you do to be able to land a job. You need to connect with people in your space, in your network, in your industry. All right, connect with people. Your next job might just be, one more connection. All right, from you. All right. So, any questions so far? Any questions so far? Any questions so far from anyone before I move into the concluding part of my presentation? Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so do you need this? Okay, let me get a thumbs up. Since there is no question, let me get a thumbs up and be sure that you guys are with me. Like, I'm not just blabbing. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, Peter or Lassie, Peter, please, can you ask your question? Unmute yourself if you can. Ask your question, please. Peter, your hand was up, or you didn't mean to ask a question? Okay, I don't think Peter can hear me. Peter, if you are speaking, I can't hear you. Maybe your mic is muted. Your hand is also still up. It's okay. Okay, so I've talked about all of these, all right? And it is through work experience, scale first, work experience second, and you land a job. So like I mentioned, the whole essence of this conversation is to show you how we can move from point A to point B. Point B is the point where you land that full-time job in a good organization, all right? The job of your dreams, that's the point B. Point A is the point where you have all of the qualifications, you have all of the skills, but you haven't converted them to job yet because you don't have work experience. For some persons, you don't even have the skill, you don't even have the qualification. You are just showing interest. You're just considering a career move. You're just considering a career switch to tech. All right. You're just considering it. That's your point A. But I can also propose that project management is a option for you. It's a viable option for you, and you can actually leverage on that to land the job of your dreams. All right. And how do we do that? Through remote apprenticeship virtual experience program. This is what I offer you, all right? Remote apprenticeship virtual experience program within a short period of time. You remember Francis, the people I mentioned that joined this conversation in May, and today Francis is with Deloitte, Akin is with Sage, Martha is with Manchester City Council in a senior role, not entry-level roles at all. All right, so this is what we provide. All right, just a brief overview of what we do at Amdari. Okay, so it's not just for project managers, but personally for me, I am responsible for project managers. So that is why I'm just, fixated on project managers, and I'm looking forward to working with a lot of you here and holding you by the hand and showing you the ropes. All right, showing you through the ropes. I want to work with a lot of you. Yeah, you can check me out on LinkedIn, hit me up on LinkedIn. We can have one-on-one chat as guys. All right. If you don't want to talk on the group, just hit me up and we have the conversation. I understand what your problem is, where are the gaps, where the gaps exist. I can also understand your situation and profile a solution, that will work for you. All right. So this is what we provide: work experience internship program. And we do that not just for project managers, we do it for data analytics, data science, data engineering, business analysis, SOC, which is a cybersecurity field, ethical hacking, and then GRC, risk and compliance, then project management. All right. You can ask about me. You can just do a bit of your research. Okay. I understand the situation. I have helped a lot of guys, navigate this path. I know the situation, what the situation is like, working the kind of job you currently do, facing the life is happening, you have family, you have your wife, you have kids, but you know that what you're currently is not just enough, and you need to make this move. Okay. And what I usually tell my guys that I work with, because I'm not gonna kid you not, it's not gonna be an easy decision for you to make, all right, to come on board this journey with me. It's gonna place a lot of demand on your resources, your time, your energy, your intellect, your mental health, all right? But I tell guys, man, this is the best time to do it, because there will never be a convenient time to make that move. This is the best time. There is no better tomorrow. There is no, okay, let me do it next month. Let me do it next 2 months. Let me start next 3 months. It is never going to get easier. For instance, if you're a single guy or a single lady right now in the UK trying to land a job, and you feel you don't want to take advantage of this whole process, this whole program, if you don't do it now, it's going to get more difficult when you get married. Let's say you're married now, it's going to get more difficult when you have kids. You are dealing with kids, all right? So I always advise people, the best time to take advantage of this to help your career is yesterday. The second best time is today, okay? So I understand and I recognize all of the challenges, but you have to make that move. Okay, so that is what we do at Amdari. Okay, so what do we do? Like I said, project managers, we work, you're not going to be alone. You work with a group of other consultants, other interns, we solve, real business problems and provide solutions to, some of these problems, and we have stories to tell. Okay. We can add all of these projects to our portfolio. We also help you with your LinkedIn optimization, CV optimization, and all of that. And it's a very seamless process. And you have the job of your dreams. Okay, you have the job of your dreams. So that's the whole essence of what we are doing. All right. So I'm going to show you. I'm trying to get to a particular slide. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is Mata. I talked about Mata before Amdari. Mata before Amdari. This is Mata's LinkedIn. So the reason I'm sharing all of their LinkedIn. So when you even get a slide, you can actually check these people out. Hit them up, have a chat with them, connect with them. All right. So the connections are very important. The networking is very important. So this is Mata Ozoku. All right. Before Amdari. So before Amdari, so this is a chart that I remember some of these charts. So I had to screenshot some of these charts. So you understand how all of this works. So this is a chart that Mata dropped for me, sometime in June. So this is Mata saying, I think I'm having problem using LAC, Sheet, and Excel. There is something wrong with my Excel and spreadsheet, and it's frustrating at the moment. I'm also really under intense pressure. The LAC, can I not use another app to do the WBS, which is work breakdown structure and process mapping, because I have had to shut down the laptop. It's getting frustrating. So this is my response to her. Sis, relax, okay? Don't feel pressured. You started off pretty well. Currently, I'm in a meeting. I will call you when I'm done. All right. This was Martha. All right. This was Martha when she just joined. The whole thing was even getting frustrating for her to leave data analytics and pivot to project management. All right. But this is Martha today. All right. I'm sorry I can't play this video, and I don't want to waste our time trying to figure out what is wrong, but if you get a slide, you can watch the video yourself. And we played that video early at the start of the session. Okay. Now this is Francis too. This is Francis. When Francis just joined, this was May. If you can see the chat, it has Friday, 16th of May. So you understand when I say, when I ask myself, how fast can you land this job? This was Francis, 16th of May. When we started this journey early, he said, Coach, I'm doing pretty much better with Confluence now. See Scale, check me out on Confluence. Chisom inspired me. I'm on it. Who is Chisom? Chisom is not even a specialist. Chisom is another colleague, another of the people I work with. So like I mentioned, when you come on board, my guidance, my mentorship, And you're going to work with you're going to work cross-functionally with other guys like you, all right? And you work together with other consultants or other interns and solve this problem, all right? So, but today, this San Francis, this chat was in May. Now this current chat is in July. It's in July. What's the space between May to July? Look at him excitedly chatting me up. I just got a call from Deloitte that the interview was successful. Starting onboarding in August. To God be the glory. Good morning, sir. All right. And this is what makes me excited. This is the reason why I keep shouting from the rooftop, all right, that you take that step. It is doable. Everybody is doing it. Not everybody, but people are doing it. Okay, people are doing it. This is Aki. This is Aki. When he just joined. Good evening, Brown. Thanks for your continued support for the PM internship program. Please, can I get your email for the submission, please? This is my response to him. Create a folder on your Google Drive, upload the work there, and share the link with me. All right. So these are interactions, how I personalize my interactions, my guide. Now, this is not today, but it was showing today on this chart, but it's not, obviously it's not today. All right. It said, boss man, good morning. How is your day? I just got an invite from Sage. It's a graduate PM role, though. All right. These are all the guys I started working with in May. All right. So, and it's not just happening for project managers alone. Just in case you are here and you're wondering, is project management for me? It's not just for PMs alone. Okay. This is another chart that a colleague of mine got, from another of his interns that he's working with, from what's his name? Data analytics. All right. This is chat to him. He said, hi, Emeka. Just wanted to officially let you know that I have landed a data analyst role within the civil service. And it's a level promotion too. I was asked to prepare a presentation on any data analysis project. That was what he was asked to do in the interview. Like I mentioned, I told you there that recruiters, hiring manager, they are not interested in whatever you write on your CV now. They want to show what can you do, what have you done, show proof of work. So the whole interview for this senior role at the civil service within the UK is he was asked to prepare a presentation on any data analysis project. See what the guy did. I edited and submitted our first project. The first project they did with their guy, with their mentor, with their guide, saved me a lot of time and gave me confidence. I also spoke about the SQL project when they asked about data acquisition. Thank you so much for your mentorship, Emeka. Take your flowers, I beg. All right, it is chats like this, it is messages like this, DMs like this that gets us excited to do what we do. All right, to do what is due. And I'm just showing you all of these DMs to show us that it is possible. It is very possible. All right, it is very possible. So we can join my next cohort now. We started the other one in May, and in a space of between May, June, July, you can see the kind of messages, the kind of results that people are getting. Our next cohort is starting in August. In August, on Monday. All right, our next cohort is starting on Monday. I'll be taking in the next set of guys I want to work with. All right, I'll be taking in the next set of guys I want to work with, and this is what is going to cost you. All right, you can sign up for the 4 months experience. You can sign up for the 6 months experience. Whatever you choose, whatever you decide, you can sign up for the 4 months experience or the 6 months experience. Okay, even if you decide to sign up for the 4 months experience, at the end of the 4 months, if you feel like, if you still want to sign up for the 6 months, it's excellent, it's fine. I've worked with people, I've worked with consultants or interns that sign up with the 4 month experience. Even after they've gotten a job, they still extended their mentorship program for the next 6 months because they want an on-the-job support. On the job support, some people still need on the job support. You've gone through this whole program in a space of 3 months and you landed a senior role. I mean, you're able to show evidence and show proof of work that you landed a senior role within the UK. Sometimes it can be scary, thrown into the deep like that. That's why I'm also here. We are also here to provide you on the job support. We help you navigate your way in the job until you stabilize. All right. So even if you are signing up for the 4 months work experience program, or you're signing up for the 6 months work experience program, that's cool. All right, but I have a discount offer, for people that are going to sign up between now and Saturday evening. All right. Actually, the actual amount is £500. All right. But if you are signing up between now, the first 20 persons that will sign up between now till Saturday evening, this new cohort kicks off on Monday. It kicks off on Monday. So the next first 20 people that will sign up between now and Friday are going to pay £390 instead of £500. If you are signing up for the 4 months internship program, if it's for the 6 months, instead of £900, you're going to be paying £750. All right. So if you get the slide, there are payment gateways are here, how you can make your payments and all. Okay, but it's not just about that. Okay, there's also installment payments. All right, if you can afford to make your payments once, there is also, you can pay in installments, pay for the first month, give it a shot, have an experience of what we are talking about, have your own personal experience of what we are talking about, then you can make your subsequent payments. All right, so that is what I'm offering you right now. But from me to you, I will encourage you to take advantage of this offer for the first 20 persons that will sign up before onboarding. Onboarding is happening on Saturday. I'm onboarding the next set of guys I want to work with for the next 3 months, 3 to 4 months. I'm onboarding them on Saturday, next tomorrow. So if you sign up between now until then, you're going to be getting a huge chunk of discounts. All right. The next cohort, I'm starting with them next week, Monday. All right. So that will be all for tonight. That'll be all for tonight. If you have questions, I still have a couple of minutes to take your questions. All right. If you need the slide to digest it, to watch some of the videos, to also connect with some of the people on LinkedIn or anywhere to make your own personal researches, the slide will be shared with you. Okay. Thank you very much. I don't know if do you have anything to say? Somebody unmuted his mic. Yeah. Okay, this is Peter. Okay, Peter, I can hear you.
Okay. So, I don't know. Some of these things you mentioned, I'm not familiar with them. I don't know how I'm going to connect to learn most of them in the course of the
Program.
the program and the project. That's what I want to. I'm not familiar with most of them. I'm not coming from that background of going back. So I have to learn all of those
tools, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That is why it's an internship experience, a work experience. So you learn the tools, and there are specialists that will guide you, and ensure that you are taken from ground zero to where you need to be to land the job. You don't need to. I mean, most of the people that we work with, they don't have prior experience of this, so that shouldn't be a concern at all. You don't need to. The structure is designed in such a way to ensure that wherever level you are, we assign a specialist that will work with you, hands-on. And from me to you, I can assure you that if you come on board the program, no matter who your mentor is, I will personally be on your case, to ensure that whatever gaps that exist, they are covered. That is one thing I can assure you. You can ask around, you can make inquiries about me, check me out on LinkedIn, type my name on Google. Just ask around. People that I've worked with will let you know the kind of person I am. So yeah, that's one thing I can assure you, Peter. Even if you're not getting, I can assure you personally, Brown is going to help you cover the gaps. All right. Are you clear now?
Yeah, I'm clear. When are we starting proper?
On Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Thank you. So you can just connect with just once take advantage of the discount. I will suggest you take advantage of the discount. Onboarding is happening on Saturday, so I wouldn't want you to miss the onboarding on Saturday.
Already I've paid already. Oh, money to two more payments.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, Joy, your hand is up.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Joy. Good evening.
Yeah, so I actually dropped a message in the chat room, but
oh, sorry, I didn't say that.
Anyway, I think I can speak up. Yes. So well done. Nice job. I can see people's testimonial. Really very impressive. But this is my own appeal, I'm here in Nigeria, so most times programs like this, Nigeria exchange rate and all sort like that is a bit quite difficult for us here. So looking at the exchange rate for 390, that's almost like 850,000, I guess. So most times, programs like this from outside the country, UK, US, if it's like 690, 500, they usually give us at that, as in present it to us back home here in Nigeria at that same amount. If those in UK are paying like 690, the program was going for £690, right? Those in Nigeria will still pay 690,000 naira. That's how, for example, they package those programs for us here, because I, for one, I would have loved to join, but that's a lot of money. Because if I have that kind of money, I'll be looking for a job too. So I don't know
I
what
see.
your plan is for us in Nigeria, because it's an area that people have to really look into. Because if you go that way, are probably missing out from a lot of maybe potential applicants from Nigeria, I guess, because the exchange rate is killing for us.
Oh, thank you. Toby has had that. She might have to reach out to you and address that concern personally or on the group. I don't know what she will decide to do, but that's a good observation, and I've taken note of that. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other question from anyone? If you need more clarity, we also schedule a clarity session call, a one-on-one clarity session. If you don't want to speak here, if you don't want to converse on the group, you want to have a one-on-one clarity session, you can always reach out. Yeah, who is that? Is that Ogechi Njoko? Do you want to say something?
Yes. Thank you for the call and the teaching. I would like to find out, can you give a recap or just something, an overview of how the program runs? Like on Saturday, the onboarding, or would we have to wait for Saturday, the onboarding to know how it operates?
No. I can let you know. If you need more
All right.
clarity, you can schedule for a clarity call. But from here, I can let you know that the program, if you sign up for a 4-month program, work experience internship, for instance, all right. So it's how it works is we get business problems, and try to provide solutions to them. Okay, and you're not just working alone, you're working with your team lead and other guys within your other fellow interns, all right? So for the benefit of people that have no prior knowledge, we organize sessions, training sessions where your mentor, show you how to work through these projects step by step, all right? So those sessions happen twice in a week in the night, all right? Or on a time that you agree with your mentor or your coach or your team lead. It happens twice in a week, all right? Then the remaining part of the week, you are working on your project deliverables and you submit whenever you're done, all right? Okay, so it's a very flexible process, all right? And for the sessions that they have where they show you how to work through this project step by step, those sessions are recorded just in case you have to work that day and you couldn't meet up. You can go back and watch that session and continue delivering on your projects. That's how it works, basically.
All right, thank you very much.
Then in the second month of the program, because by second month, I believe you must have been part of a couple of projects, you've worked on a couple of projects, then you can start working on your CV, because now we have something to add to the CV. You can start, optimizing your LinkedIn. We have something to add there, and you start looking for a job. That is why a lot of these guys you saw, I was sharing their testimonial, landed jobs before they were even done with the program. Are we good, Joy? Thank you, Joy. Did I answer your question? I want to be clear. I answered your question before I move to someone else.
Oh, you did. I've dropped down my hand. Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you. Loving Arms, please, you have the floor. Loving Arms, that's the name I saw.
Okay. I just have a few questions.
Please go ahead.
First one is, can you shed more light about business analytics?
Okay. More light as far, is it in terms of what it's all about.
Yeah, what it's all about, what you have to offer for the internship for a
Okay,
beginner, for no
okay, for
prior knowledge. Yeah.
knowledge. All right, it's the same thing. All right, the same thing. Everything all the in terms of the steps, in terms of the processes for project management, it's the same thing for business analysis. They work on. Can I just share my screen and show one or two things? Sorry, let me share my screen again. Present something. Okay, I'm even sharing my screen already. Stop presenting this one. So let me get to the classroom again. Close this. Okay, this is business analysis internship program. Classwork. Look for a project. Okay. Integrating. Okay, let me open this project. So it's the same thing. Like this is a business analysis. This is a project that the guys on business analysis worked on. All right, integrating a centralized customer feedback system at Zara Escapes. So the company is Zara Escapes. All right, this is the business they worked on. Welcome on board. Company overview. The business challenge. All right, this is the business challenge they are trying to solve. All right, so it's just the same thing with project management, but as it concerns business analysis, they work with their own tools. You know, all of the tools they use for PRODs, for writing requirements, for requirement elicitation, product implementation, process flow mapping. You work with all of those tools. So whether you are proficient in any of those tools right now doesn't matter at all, because your mentor here or your team lead for BA is also going to lead you and guide you. It's the same process. 2 times there's going to be a session twice in a week where your team lead works with you guys step by step on how to solve some of these organizations and problems.
Okay. So my second question is, with all this internship training and all, we won't be able to get a job, land a job without doing all these short courses, even this BCS or like professional course. Do you think one can get a job with just the
Definitely. What gets you a job is the work experience. All right. Then I advise once you've landed a job, you can now start developing yourself, getting certifications just to develop yourself to add to your. But you don't have to get a certification to land a job.
right?
Yeah, you don't.
Okay. So do you have testimony for that? Like people that's gotten a business analysis job?
Of course, there are, but
Have prior
because this presentation was prepared for project management, so I have to get for guys from project management. But sure, definitely there are people from business analysis, definitely. And business analysis is an interesting field for me. It's something I love because majorly, using data to make informed business decisions for organizations. All right, doing requirement elicitations, looking at just x-raying a business basically. Once the business have a problem, your job as a business analyst is to run an X-ray or do a diagnosis using some tools, all right, to come up with what they think the problem is and provide a solution to it. It's an interesting field of work.
So are we going to be taught those tools, how to use them, like the presentation, how to put everything,
Definitely.
and we'll feel confident when attending interviews, like we have done this before?
Definitely. So, and the way it works is because we're going to be doing a lot of things, like a lot to be thrown at you. And when you come on board, you see that you're not the only one. You're not the only one attempting this for the first time. There are a lot of you that are going to come on board that have prior knowledge, no knowledge in technology at all. So, but you have a fellow lady. The person in charge of business analysis is actually a lady. She will lead you. by the hands and show you the ropes. Okay, then also when you also land an interview, all right? Sorry, Divine. When you also land an interview, we also run what they call interview prep session with you. All right, you prep for the interview. All right, and you definitely have the confidence, because what gives you the confidence is the projects that you've worked on, and that is why Amdari is designed in such the way it is designed. It's not to teach you and throw theories. It's not a teaching and theory based program. You're working on projects, so you have stories to tell. You've done this, you've done that, and it's exciting. So once you know you've done something, I mean, it boosts your morale and confidence.
And you said the program runs for 4 months.
4 months to 6 months. So you can sign up for 4 months. You can sign up for 6 months.
Okay. Then what's the fee like? Because I didn't listen to that part about the fee.
What?
What's the fee like?
Joy. Sorry. Let me mute the mic. Sorry.
What's the fee like? Because I didn't listen to that part when you talked about the charge, the money involved.
Okay, let me share the screen there. Okay, can you see my screen now? Loving Arms.
Yeah.
So for the 4 months is £500 for the 4 months. You can pay in installments. Then I said a new cohort is starting on on Monday. Onboarding is on Saturday. So if you take advantage, you can take advantage of the discount offer if you sign up before that August Monday. All right, and then pay £390, I guess, against 500. £390 covers the 4 months duration. Okay, but if you're going for the 6 months duration, it's £900 usually, but if you take advantage of the discount offer, it's £750 that you make payments between now and Saturday. Just make payments. Like I said, you can also make payments in installments. You don't have to make the full payments. Pay for the first 1 month, get the experience, and and see for yourself if this is everything I'm saying is what it is before you continue the program.
Okay, with all the we won't be able to work in any sector.
Yes, I mentioned all of this on the call. That is why all the projects, the projects that we work on are we try to expose you to multi-industry, multi-sector projects. So you are not just limited to a health sector or energy sector or education sector. So because it's a 4 months, the list is 4 months. So within that 4 months, you must have worked on up to 8 projects, worked with, work on 8 business cases, all right? And those business cases will come from different industries. So whatever industry it is, we can always align your CV because you have work experience, you have projects you've done in that industry. We can now work your CV to match that industry. So yes, you can work in any industry as a business analyst.
Oh, okay. So, what's the contact to reach when maybe probably someone is ready to get on board?
Okay, so, if I share this slide, you're going to get the contact on the slide, but I also know that there's somebody in the DM. Toby, how do you respond to her? Toby, are you on the call?
Didn't get that.
Toby, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so she's asking what contact to reach in case she wants to advance the conversation from here. Who does she reach out to?
I have dropped the clarity call link in the chat box in case they will put you through, let you know any technical part you go with. Or if you would prefer a phone number, let me just get that and drop it right now for you. If that's fine.
Okay, that'll be okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay, Ono, you have the floor. Okay, are we good? Loving arms before I move on to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Ono, you have the floor, please.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. I know we have all at different levels of exposure to project management. Um, but I just wanted to find out, like, is there a specific tailoring of the training or the work experience activities? Is it tailored more towards Prince 2 or PMP, or is it something that is just basically
Okay,
adapts
okay. I
however
think
is required?
I understand your question. So let me answer it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are different aspects of project management. All right. There are different. There's basically the traditional project management, waterfall project management, and there is the agile project management. All right.
Yeah.
Prince 2 is a hybrid project management. All right. So what we do in Amdari is we expose you to a hybrid project management principle and framework. We don't just say we are doing agile alone or we are doing traditional alone. So we expose you because the whole idea is to help you get job. And if you're going to help you get job, we cannot limit your options. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That's it basically. That's what I was.
All right. All right. Thank you.
And then at what time does the onboarding begin?
The onboarding for project management on Saturday is 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Oh, okay.
All right
then. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I see still, Loving Arms, your hand is still up. Do you still have any question? Who else? I'm very good. You're raising your hand. You want to ask a question or you want to respond to something?
Yes. So the number to reach out to, I have imputed that into the chat box. So you can check. I think it was Joy that asked for that or Loving Arms. So you can check that out. Save the number in case you put the clarity. Reach out to that number. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Toby. Thank you for that. Any other question? Any other question? Comments, concerns before we call it tonight? Okay. Okay, Joy, you have the floor.
Okay, so may I ask, in the course of this program, as project management precisely, can someone also double up? Does the trainee equip you to also apply or act as a product manager?
Products.
Right? Yes.
Okay. Are you a product manager already? Do you have experience in product management?
Yes, I have some experience. That's why I'm just asking.
Okay.
Because I see that it's mainly, product management is more of like ideation to market, launching, and the rest of them. Projects is more of like execution. So sometimes if you get some organization, especially startup, they make you to wear both hats.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that question. So product management is broader than project management. Okay. So if it is, how do I put it now? Okay, product management, or let's say project management, is inside product management. So if you get a job as a product manager in some startups, they will also require you to do the work of a project manager. Okay. But if somebody employs you as a project manager, they won't expect you to do the work of a product manager because there is a bit difference. All right. But every product manager must know how to manage a project because the product you are building is a project. So that is why every product manager must understand project management, but not every project manager understands product. Is a different thing. All right. I don't know if you are clear.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're correct. But yeah, I'm going somewhere. I wanted to ask because I went through the courses you offer. You have BA there as well, and most
Yeah,
times BA is just a natural way to transition into a product
product manager.
management. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, my question is, why don't you offer that program? Are you looking at offering product management in future?
Maybe for now, but what we are looking at, we created yeah, the roles that are in demand in the UK, heavily in demand, that you can actually, lowest hanging fruit that you can actually look at and land the job as quickly as possible.
Oh, so you don't really have products management as an
No,
in-demand skill in the UK? Is that
no,
what you're
for
saying?
now. Yeah, for now.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So, but if you have a,
So
since you have a background since you understand products, business analysis. Okay, you're the person that asked the question about business analysis, right?
no, not me.
It's not you.
Someone
Okay.
else. No,
Someone else.
someone
Okay.
else.
Yeah, business
My
analysis is
my question was about the fee
the
because I'm
Nigerian,
in Nigeria.
Nigerian. Oh, yeah, Nigeria.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm actually looking for opportunities in international space, not Nigeria.
Okay.
So that's why I'm looking at jumping into this program, but it's a bit pricey for us because of the exchange rate.
Yeah. So they dropped a number. So that number, you can chat up that number and discuss your concerns. All right.
Okay, not a problem. Okay. Okay, but may I ask, have you had any instances of someone from Nigeria getting jobs remotely in the
Y-
UK from your
Yeah,
program?
of course. I myself is number one person. I'm in Nigeria.
Ah, you live in Nigeria.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So it's
Nice one.
possible. Yeah. Thank you.
I just pray I'm able to join the program so that you can
I
can
hear you.
mentor me, you don't mind.
I hear you loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me not take much of your time and everyone. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, guys. I, in the absence of any other question, that will be all for tonight. If you need the slide, I guess you should indicate in the chat box. They will drop the slides with you so you digest it further. If you need a clarity session, you need one-on-one. You don't want to talk in a group. You need one-on-one. There's the number that have been dropped in the chat session. Chat up the number and have a one-on-one clarity session. I would be willing to hear all of your concerns, all of your challenges. Oh, I want to do this, but this is my problem. I have this night shift or this day shift that can allow me. I have this job, I have this challenge, I have this, whatever it is, you need more clarity. We are more than willing to hear you out. Thank you for joining this session, and I wish everyone, good luck in all your endeavors. Well done. Good night, everyone.